Today, we will learn literally everything there is to know about snipers in Gates of Hell. What is the purpose of a sniper on the battlefield? What kind of snipers there are? How to use them? We will be discussing the importance of stealth mechanics and many other tips and tricks. So stay put and let's go. There are significant differences between bolt action and semi-auto snipers. The first one is range. It's tiny, only 10 meters in favor of bolt action. Then we have a magazine size difference. 5 rounds go to bolt action rifle and 10 go to semi-auto. When it comes to scoping time, this is the time it takes for your sniper to acquire the target, aim, and shoot. Bolt action takes 4.5 seconds, while semi-auto sniper takes only 2. No scope range is basically the range where you order your sniper to target the enemy soldier. He will fire immediately without needing to scope. This will be 39 for bolt action and 35 meters for semi-auto. When it comes to max scope guaranteed kill, that means again, if your sniper takes time to acquire the target and then shoot, if that bullet actually hits the target anywhere on the body, so it could be leg, arm, torso, head, doesn't matter, guaranteed kill for bolt action would be max range 130 meters, while for semi-auto none, regardless of the range. Then we have accuracy is better on bolt action, significantly better than on semi-auto, but firing speed favors semi-auto by a great margin. When it comes to no scope guaranteed kill, essentially no lock-in animation for the sniper, anywhere you hit the enemy in 15 meters would be a guaranteed kill for bolt action, while semi-auto cannot kill the target. Then torso would be up to 20 meters for bolt action. Again, no kill for semi-auto. And then headshot would be 130 meters for bolt action and 120 meters for semi-auto, essentially max range for both parties. When it comes to range preference, close range goes to semi-auto, of course, because of how rapidly it can fire, while medium and long range benefit bolt action rifle because of its accuracy and its damage. When it comes to fighting different types of units, bolt action excels at any type of unit, including elites, while semi-auto actually prefers average units with lower HP, like 200 or 250. Well, bolt action can kill anyone with like a single bullet, regardless of its HP. This test was conducted on a 375 HP. That will be the max HP of any elite unit. If you play the game with Fog of War turned on, vision and stealth mechanics are important to understand. For example, vision breaks Fog of War and allows soldiers to see the enemy, while stealth prevents units from being seen even if they're not in Fog of War, if that makes sense. When it comes to stealth feature, you can actually see it as a crossed eye icon over the unit, and this is how you know if you have or do not have stealth feature. Well, in different type of games, for example, in single player, sometimes sniper will or will not have stealth. In multiplayer, all the snipers get stealth, while in Conquest, only finished snipers are rewarded with this feature. Over here, we have spotting concealed unit. That means if your sniper is sitting in a bush, for example, and what is the range to be seen by the enemy? In this case, it's 20 or below, 20 meters. Even if you're firing, this will not change. You can fire for as long as you like with your sniper. You can be heard, you can be seen on the minimap as like an incoming fire, but enemy units will not be able to see you until they get to 20 meters. It doesn't matter what kind of unit it is, 20 meters is the threshold. It doesn't matter if you're a stealth unit or no stealth unit, if you're crouching, standing, or proning, it doesn't matter. It's always 20 meters. Then we have open field spotting visibility. This means if you're standing in the open field and enemies looking at you, what are the chances of actually being seen? So for no stealth sniper, if you're standing, you're going to be seen 100% of the time. Well, the stealth sniper, we get only 75% of chance of getting seen. If you're crouching or kneeling, again, with no stealth unit, does not make any difference. It's 100% you will be seen. Well, with stealth unit, this goes down to 50%. And then prone would be 50% for no stealth units and 30% for stealth units. But what this exactly means? Well, essentially, normal unit, normal soldier, can see up to 100 meters in front of him. Special units like recon or snipers can see up to 125. That means that if a soldier can see 100 meters ahead and you have no stealth, he will be seen at 100 meters immediately. But if you have stealth feature, that means that he has to come closer than 75 meters in order to see you. If you're prone, then with no stealth unit, he has to come as close as 50 meters or less. Or with a stealth unit, it has to come as close as 30 meters to be able to see the unit. Then an officer with binoculars can see you wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you're shooting or not shooting, if you're kneeling or proning, you will be seen in the bush or somewhere else. Officer binoculars reveal everything, as well as a sniper scope, but we're going to talk about it later. It's important to understand that the stealth feature does not protect you if you're firing. Regardless of where you are, if you're not concealed and you're firing, you will lose your stealth feature immediately. There is no difference between no stealth and stealth unit if they're firing. We have an interesting situation over here. So we have a sniper, Team 0, and we have a bunch of recon special operations for the Soviets in Team 1. I ordered this guy to start firing randomly, and he is in the bush. So if we switch teams real quick, this sniper cannot see them whatsoever. So let me get closer. The view range should be about 20. He is reloading now. Only now. Yeah. We are below 20 meters, so we can see them. But there is something really, really special about this situation. If I just aim with the sniper, look at this. Now these guys appear. Look at the minimap, what happens. If I switch over here, I can reveal a bunch of stuff. Of course, you have to be in the range for the sniper. Sometimes you can even do it outside of the range of the sniper, but could be a bit more difficult to pull off like this. This is 131. It's outside of the range, but you can see whatever is happening there. You can reveal all the hidden units. It doesn't matter. These guys have stealth, and they're in the bush, but I can still see them. So sniper can at times be used as the officer binoculars. It's really neat. While researching for sniper tutorial, I accidentally stumbled upon something very cool. I'm gonna try to show you. So we have two snipers. One is American with no stealth trait. As you can see, this is our guy. I'm gonna order him to fire. I hope he will fire the ground. And this is a Finnish elite sniper. He has a stealth trait. So I'm gonna put him right over here to fire there. And then we're gonna switch teams. We have a recon guy who's very close. Usually, in order to be able to see the enemy in the bush, you need to come about 20 meters close with any unit. Doesn't matter the range, it's like 20 meters. But right now, I cannot see them. I can hear him. I can even see the flash. But he's right there. Right there. But I cannot see him. So his head is above the fence, and my head is above the fence. So very awkward, right? The same is over here. The first thing that you notice is that by firing, you cannot really jeopardize your position. They don't see you, they don't see you. Let's switch over here to DC. And then I'm going to get closer to be able to see this guy. I should be able to see him. Oh, yeah. Here he is. But there's something interesting. So if I go over here, I'm going to let him disappear for a couple of seconds on the map. And then now he's gone. Absolutely gone. I know he's here. Even aim shows you that he's there, but you cannot see him. Look at this. Now we can see him. So what is happening over here? The thing is, for as long as you're in the bush and you keep your feet hidden, regardless of how small the obstacle is, and I copy-pasted basically a couple of bags over here. They're so tiny and small, as you can tell. Not even like an obstacle for me, but they are hitting it. So essentially, what is hitting you in the bush is your feet, or what is kind of exposing you is your feet. If there is anything, regardless of how small it is, covering your feet, you cannot be seen in the bush. Which is really, really OP. let's say that enemies are about to attack, and we know where they're gonna come from. We have already some infantry dug in on the top of this hill. I'm waiting for the attack, and we have a sniper. Where should we position him? What do you guys think? Well, there are a couple of options. We could maybe hide him behind over here, but if we zoom in a bit, we can tell that there is a kind of a big hill, and he would not be able to fire, so this is out of the question. Then we can maybe go to the left side, not too close, not too far from the enemy, and if we stand over here, there's a teeny tiny problem because it seems like he might not be able to shoot at all of them because the hill is covering this section of the battlefield. If we go on the other side, though, maybe over here, it seems like he can still keep some distance from the enemy patrol, but be able to shoot like this guy and this guy. So in this case, I believe that this will be the best position. Based on what we know about stealth and how snipers function, I would put him over here. But in this case, if there is no good position on any flank, then I would put him in the center. Usually somewhere in the back, so he's not the first one to get focused by the enemy fire. Let other people tank and let him shoot. That's the idea. But usually I would avoid putting him together with other infantry units. So let's go into the bush, and then we're going to do some testing and see what happens. With any infantry weapon in the game, there is some sway. So we're standing, and if we're aiming at the guy, you can see that it goes from down, up, left, and right, which is quite natural because it's more difficult to hold breath while you're standing. We're going to press Alt to kneel, and if we aim now, there is still some sway, but maybe it's half of what it was, so it's easier to aim. And of course, if we go prone, let me find the target. It's still moving, but not nearly as much. So going prone could be quite good for any soldier. It reduces their profile. It allows them to aim better. So it's always good, right? Well, sometimes it's not. Sniper is in position, so let's see what happens with the battle. He's already aiming at the guy. Let's see if we can drop him. Oh, yeah, he can. And look at this now. He's gone prone. Well, this is good, right? Well, actually, no. Because, let me pause real quick. I planted those things. Bunch of sacks and bags, whatever. To represent that, as we said, sometimes with sniper shoots, usually if it kills someone or kind of has to reload, he will go prone. And he will not get up until you order him to do so. I don't think there is a way to stop him from changing his stance. That's kind of automatic behavior for him. And that's a bit of an issue. Usually we say that going prone is good because it reduces your silhouette, more difficult to get hit, and increases your accuracy when shooting, which is great. But in this case, he cannot fire. Now, he's in a position where he can literally not fire because of this behavior. And sometimes to be aware of terrain, because if he can shoot from a specific position, doesn't matter if he goes prone, he will be able to shoot again. So think about it. There is another interesting behavior. You can see this yellow dot. That means he marked the guy. And if he marked the guy, he's focusing on him, not on anybody else. So what you can do, you can press F. And usually this will cancel it and try to switch to somebody else. But because this is the closest guy and he cannot aim at anyone else, he's just going to stay fixated on it. What sometimes occurs is that he can see the guy, he starts aiming at him, but the guy actually goes behind the cover and now he's invisible. Somebody else can still see the guy, but your sniper cannot. He will still keep his focus on it. So sometimes pressing F, and F basically means stop any action. If you're moving or aiming, whatever, just stop it. And sometimes this will reset and allow your sniper to focus on somebody closer to him. Well, we just showcased what the sniper would do when going prone and how this can create some issues. And we said that this cannot be changed. His stance is hard-coded, but there is a way to go around it. So if he's not really sitting on anything right now, but if I do this, it will technically still be in the bush, and he's leaning his gun on this thing. Well, there are two benefits of this behavior. The first one is that whenever you lean your gun on something, you immediately get the max accuracy, like you're prone. That's it. So he doesn't have to be prone to have the benefits of being prone. When you do this type of things, he will have a steady hand. And if we start the battle, nice. He shot him, didn't go prone. Well, as you can tell, there is a way to bypass this by positioning your guy next to some kind of obstacle, or, to lean his weapon on. This will prevent him from going prone, especially if it's close to a bush. It's ideal position for a sniper to be in. Now we have enemies attacking from a different direction, and of course we have some infantrymen guarding, and we have our sniper. So what would be a good position for a sniper? Put it in a building. Usually a church tower, a tall building, the topest window. Well, it's not always the best or the happiest choice. So we have a guy over here, and if we take control of him, you can see that he can struggle to aim. His view cone or firing angle is very small now. Now he cannot fire over here. That's impossible. Only here he can fire to a degree. Not even there. So this is the furthest to the left he can go, and this is essentially furthest to the right he can go. So it's a bit odd, very difficult to see. Sometimes AI behaves in a very strange way. Well, even the target that he should be able to see, he doesn't see. So putting your sniper in the building is not ideal. Really not ideal. But in order to increase his chance of actually firing on the enemy, find windows that directly look at the enemy, and also the windows that are wider in diameter. These guys are very narrow. If you look at this one, it's very narrow. But these ones here are a bit better. You can see that he's standing and he can have like a better view of the enemy. Let's check real quick. So I can see these guys over here easily. Over here as well. And the road is covered, so pretty impressive. I say that I don't really like my snipers being in the buildings, and I mentioned, glitches with the ability to see and the ability to shoot, but where your sniper could definitely go would be silos and water tanks. These are by far the best positions for a sniper because they give you 360-degree view. So you can look at anything. Don't get confused by this guy kind of glitching out visually. He can still aim and he can still fire where he needs to. So they are really cool. I think that water tanks are even a bit better that you can find elsewhere. And yeah. Then even you can move slightly. This, you cannot kind of move. You're stuck here. But beware that if you can see your enemy, they can also see you. It's time to talk about selecting the appropriate enemy target. And how do we do that? Well, it's pretty simple. First, you have a sniper, and you're hiding probably in the bush somewhere, thinking of where to fire first. Then you think of the enemy. If they hear you firing, what can see you? We said officer with binoculars and enemy sniper can still find you in the bush, so maybe having priority on their heads would be, the best thing to do. Then you can go after very valuable units, maybe a tank commander that's on top of a tiger, because if you knock him out, his vision, the vision of the entire tank, shrinks by quite a lot. Then going after high value infantry, like this is a artillery signaler. You can call artillery on your guys. Killing him is a good option, or maybe a flamer as well. Crews of equipment, yes, they are important, but even if you decrew, artillery piece or a gun, other guys gonna still go back and retake it. So just focusing on the first things that can spot you, and then units that are very valuable, like a heavy machine gunner, or I don't know, a guy with Panzerschreck would be a really good option to go. By far, the best sniper in the game is Finnish Elite Sniper, and if you play Finnish Conquest Campaign, this guy is named Simo Haiha, after like a very famous Finnish sniper. And if you do not know who he is, I encourage you to Google him. It's a really good story. Well, what makes this guy so good is not only his stealth, but also his HP. Look at this, 468. He's already at the level 8 veterancy, which is the highest level you can have in vanilla, and then his stamina is 450. If we compare his stats to the American colleague, he's not as good. Look at the number of chevrons on the gun as well. What makes him so good is also his ability to acquire targets, his speed. Look at this one.
Sniper here. My rifle is ready.
Look how faster he is at closing the circle and locking in on the target. Part of this is skill, because this guy has a higher veterancy level than this guy. Let me show you something real quick. So we talked about sway that a gun has. Look at this. His aim is moving up and down. Well, Finnish Elite Sniper has no optics, which would make a bit of a difficulty aiming manually like this at a distance. But what's really good about him is that he does not have any sway. It doesn't matter what you do. He doesn't have any sway with his weapon. He doesn't have to be prone. He doesn't have to lean onto an object to have steady aim. He can do it all. And then if we try to go like freestyle, firing at the enemy, look at the speed. How much time it takes to reload the gun. Yeah, that's it. But with Finnish Elite Sniper, just because he doesn't have scope, he's so much faster. So he has no sway whatsoever, and he's so much faster at shooting, and naturally he's so much faster at acquiring targets. So stealth, extreme HP, extreme stamina, amazing sniper. On top of it, other snipers usually can come maybe with a pistol. This guy comes with a great submachine gun on top. So it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal guy.